Enzo Maresca has emerged as a top candidate for the Chelsea job, with Leicester now bracing for an approach. Maresca is thought to have an £8.5 million release clause in his contract. The Italian has only been with the Foxes for a year, leading them to the championship title. He won 31 of their 46 league games, though he did face criticism from some fans in the final stages of the campaign. Maresca previously worked as one of Pep Guardiola's assistants at Manchester City and is a highly rated boss. He could be tempted to leave the King Power Stadium with Leicester facing financial trouble. The Foxes have been accused of breaking Premier League spending rules during their last 3 seasons in the top flight. It is unknown when a judgment will be delivered, but they could start the new campaign on negative points. The Leicester boss admitted it had been a difficult campaign after securing the title at the end of April. It's been an amazing season, tough in some moments, but it's football and we know that. We enjoy it and it's all about these guys behind me, the players and fans. It's fantastic. We achieved our target and we see the people happy, he said. We are very happy. It was a good win and we finished our job. Now we enjoy and then we have time to think about it. We knew at the start of the season that Leicester's target is to get promoted, but sometimes it happens, sometimes strange things happen. But you can see how tough this league is. Many teams are fighting, but now we finish in the right way. We were favourites, but Leeds 2 and Southampton. You have to do the job and we did it. Leicester City manager Enzo Maresca has admitted he is expecting to be hit with Everton and Nottingham Forest style points deductions next season. The Italian coach has been talking to Gazzetta dello Sport about his expectations for next season as he plans for life in the Premier League. He took charge of Leicester last summer following their relegation to the Championship and led the Foxes back to the top flight at the first time of asking. While they've been celebrating that return for the past few weeks, attention has now turned to what happens next and planning for the future. The big question mark hanging over the club is what amount of points they will start the season on, with potential points deductions hanging over them from the EFL and the Premier League. Leicester were charged by the latter back in March over an alleged breach of the league's profitability and sustainability rules after they failed to submit their audited financial accounts to the league for the 2022-23 season. Those accounts are expected to show they breached the £105 million PSR limit, meaning Leicester face points deductions for next season after Everton and Nottingham Forest face similar penalties this season. Everton were deducted 8 points over 2 cases, while Nottingham Forest saw 4 points deducted for their breach, and Maresca admits he anticipates a similar punishment for his side. I signed for 3 years, and after such a positive year there isn't much else to say on the future, he said. Even if the relegation has left a huge economic hole and unfortunately we risk sanctions, there is the possibility that for the next championship they will take away points from us, as happened this year to Everton and Nottingham, and obviously the market will also fly low. We have exited the championship. We will face the Premier League with the same fighting spirit. Overall, Maresca, a student of Pep Guardiola, had his team average 62% possession across 53 matches in all competitions, scoring 89 goals from a shot conversion rate of 16%. These are all elements that West London Chiefs were all believed to be disappointed in as they conducted an end-of-season review, as Chelsea converted only 10% of their season's chances while averaging 58.6% possession. Enzo Maresca has seen his stock soar after guiding Leicester City back to the Premier League this season. The Foxes took a chance by appointing him as their manager ahead of the 2023-24 season, considering that was only his second job as a first-team manager. However, the Italian tactician has proven his naysayers wrong. The report explains that Chelsea sporting directors Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart will lead the process to appoint Pochettino's successor and report their findings to co-owners Behdad Eghbali, Todd Boehly and Jose Feliciano. Available playing staff are due to report back from their summer holidays on July 4th, providing an idea of the timescale they have to work with. A midfielder during his playing career, Maresca was a journeyman and never found a stable and long stint at any club. However, he represented many well-known bigwigs like Juventus and Sevilla. The 44-year-old entered the coaching sphere nearly half a decade ago, becoming the manager of the elite development squad at Manchester City. Maresca's first job at the first-team level came with Parma, although it was not a long spell. He returned to Manchester City as one of Pep Guardiola's assistant managers, before joining Leicester City last year. Enzo Maresca has rejected an approach from Sevilla as he appears focused on working in the Premier League, as per Fabrizio Romano. Posting on his X account this morning, Fabrizio Romano confirmed that Spanish club Sevilla had approached Maresca in recent weeks over the potential of him taking over at the Andalusian club. However, the prominent journalist has confirmed that Maresca has rejected this approach, as he held no interest in advancing into talks with the La Liga outfit. Instead, Romano states that the Leicester boss wants to fully focus on management in the Premier League, thus holding no interest or desire to seek opportunities outside England's top flight. Crucially, Romano also reports that any club who want to appoint Maresca will have to activate a £7 million to £8 million release clause in the Italian's contract at the King Power Stadium. Picking the fruit from Guardiola's tree has yet to prove poisonous to any football club who chooses to do so. Mikel Arteta has Arsenal as close as they've ever been to a Premier League title since Arsene Wenger's departure. Vincent Kompany looks set to take over as Bayern Munich manager, and Xavi, who was Pep's midfield maestro from his time in charge at the Nou Camp, is now a La Liga winner with Barcelona as a manager. So with Chelsea reportedly making the Leicester boss their top target to replace Pochettino at Stamford Bridge, they may be set to follow in the footsteps of other top European clubs in poaching another of Pep's disciples, and it appears that a move to West London would be something that the Italian would entertain, as he would reportedly be open to holding talks with Chelsea should they make an official approach. Under Maresca's guidance, the Leicester City champions of 2023-24 became one of the most well-rounded teams we've seen in the Championship in recent times. Lethal in attack with an embarrassment of riches for second-tier level, but also stout and tough to break down in defence, the Foxes were an exceptionally well-balanced side. Indeed, City's 1.9 goals per match were only bettered by second-placed Ipswich Town, whilst their 0.9 goals conceded per match was the joint best in the division alongside Leeds United. They were also able to retain the ball extremely well and frustrated opposition teams similarly to that of Manchester City under Guardiola. Their 62.1% average possession was only bettered by Southampton, another manager in Russell Martin who employs a heavy, possession-oriented, slow build-up approach to great effect. It's clear then that if Leicester do lose Maresca ahead of their first season back in the Premier League, it would mean their chances of survival would take a significant hit, as sourcing a replacement, installing their philosophy and tactics, as well as recruitment desires, would be highly disruptive to the squad. Director of Recruitment and Talent, Joe Shields, worked with Leicester City manager Maresca at Manchester City, during which time he coached a team that included Cole Palmer. Whoever Chelsea appoint must fit into the club's structure, and the club want a coach who will be possession-based and look for his team to control games. So should Chelsea replace Mauricio Pochettino with Enzo Maresca? Is he the right man for the Blues? What are your thoughts? Leave it in the comments section for me to read, and check out the next video.